Trump's China summit reveals a tough new reality for his presidency. 1 year ago, President Donald Trump returned to the world stage promising a bold new era for American foreign policy. During his first major overseas trip of his second term, Trump traveled through Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, projecting confidence, economic strength, and a vision of America leading from a position of power. But this week's summit in Beijing with Chinese President Xi Jinping revealed a very different reality. The atmosphere was colder, the challenges were larger, and the momentum that once surrounded Trump now appears far less certain. As Trump arrived in China, he was facing rising inflation at home, economic pressure, declining approval ratings, and a growing crisis involving Iran. Those issues followed him directly into one of the most important diplomatic meetings of his presidency. Unlike last year's Grand Gulf tour filled with royal ceremonies, military parades, and billion-dollar investment promises, the reception in Beijing was formal, controlled, and carefully measured. Xi Jinping welcomed Trump respectfully, but China showed little sign of giving the American president any major victories. Trump traveled to Beijing hoping to focus heavily on trade and economic deals. Instead, China quickly shifted attention toward Taiwan, one of Beijing's most sensitive political issues. During the summit, Xi warned that poor handling of Taiwan tensions could lead to clashes and even conflicts between China and the United States. That message immediately changed the tone of the visit. Trump wanted headlines about business opportunities and economic cooperation, but Beijing made it clear that security and sovereignty would dominate the conversation. The summit highlighted a growing reality for Washington. America's leverage abroad may not be as strong as it once was. Trump left Beijing claiming progress had been made. He announced that Xi is expected to visit the White House later this year and suggested new trade agreements would benefit American farmers and businesses. However, very few concrete details were released by either side. Markets appeared unconvinced. During the summit, shares of Boeing dropped sharply, signaling disappointment among investors who expected stronger economic outcomes. Trump also praised the opportunity for major U.S. business leaders to meet Xi Jinping directly. Executives including Tim Cook of Apple and Elon Musk of Tesla joined the delegation. According to Trump, many executives had never met Xi before, and he described the meetings as exciting and productive. But once again, the summit produced more symbolism than actual deals. The contrast between Trump's current position and where he stood a year ago could not be clearer. Last year, Trump aggressively launched tariffs against multiple countries, including China, where tariffs eventually climbed as high as 145%. He promised to reshape global trade, end the Russia-Ukraine war, and pressure Iran into abandoning its nuclear ambitions through diplomacy. Today, many of those promises remain unresolved. The war in Ukraine continues. Several tariffs were challenged in court, and diplomacy with Iran has largely collapsed, replaced by rising military tensions and fears of a wider regional conflict. That crisis with Iran has become one of the biggest challenges facing the administration. The ongoing conflict has disrupted global energy markets, pushed oil prices higher, and raised concerns about the future of the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most important oil shipping routes. The United States now hopes China may help pressure Iran into reopening the strait and returning to negotiations over nuclear issues. Trump confirmed Iran was discussed during his meetings with Xi, but he avoided appearing dependent on China's support. Speaking aboard Air Force One, Trump insisted America was not asking Beijing for favors. Instead, he argued that keeping global shipping routes open benefits the entire world economy. Still, analysts say Washington increasingly needs cooperation from Beijing on several major international crises. That represents a major shift in the balance of power between the world's two largest economies. Chinese officials now appear to believe that time is working in Beijing's favor. Last year, Trump tried to pressure China through tariffs and economic restrictions. In response, China restricted exports of rare earth materials, resources essential for advanced manufacturing and modern technology. Eventually, both sides reached a temporary agreement to restart exports, but China demonstrated that it also possesses powerful economic tools capable of hurting the United States and global industries. Chinese experts now argue that Trump has realized pressure tactics alone may not work against Beijing. Throughout the summit, Xi Jinping projected patience, stability, and long-term thinking. The Chinese leader hosted Trump in symbolic historic locations, including Zhongnanhai, the center of Chinese political leadership, and ancient imperial gardens containing trees believed to be over 1,000 years old. The message was intentional. China wanted to show continuity, discipline, and strategic patience while reminding visitors that Beijing thinks in decades, not election cycles. Analysts say she appears focused not only on Trump, but on the future beyond Trump's presidency. While Trump often emphasizes personal relationships with world leaders, Beijing is preparing for future administrations and believes long-term global trends increasingly favor China's rise. Another major issue hanging over the summit was Taiwan. For decades, the United States has carefully supported Taiwan while maintaining strategic ambiguity about military intervention if China attacks the island. Trump suggested he may be less committed to some traditional policies followed by previous American presidents. When reporters asked about earlier U.S. guarantees related to Taiwan, Trump dismissed agreements from the 1980s as distant history. Although his administration approved an $11 billion weapons package for Taiwan, another $14 billion package approved by Congress has still not moved forward. Trump said he continues to review the proposal. Some analysts believe those delays are already viewed as a diplomatic victory for Beijing. Despite the tense atmosphere, both sides appear interested in avoiding a complete collapse in relations. Experts say the summit helped keep communication channels open and may temporarily stabilize tensions between Washington and Beijing. But beneath the surface, deep disagreements remain unresolved. Trade disputes, Taiwan, military competition, technology restrictions, and the future balance of global power continue to divide the two superpowers. And while Trump and Xi both continue presenting themselves as strong leaders, this summit revealed one important reality.